Right, Yaska, what team do you pick? What would you like to talk about?
I mean, the last team that really has like strong narratives that we could really talk about is probably Mad Lions.
Yes,
Like a lot of people expected them to be top of the group. Some people expected them to be even like top four at this Worlds.
yes.
But like one of the biggest things that I feel like Mad Lions is honestly kind of riding on the hype of sort of G2, where everybody expects that Europe as a region is on this particular level where like they're always going to get to at least like semifinals or something. But that was G2, that wasn't Europe. And just because like Mad is sort of far and away the best team that was at Europe, aside from maybe like Rogue if they didn't have sort of choking issues. The fact that sort of Mad has all of these like untested aspects of like Alioya being a rookie jungler, like there's going to be a lot of issues there. And the fact that they lost to Team Liquid, who doesn't really have any kind of cohesive playstyle, like they are mad disappointing this group stage so far.
Thoughts, Kira?
I genuinely can't even begin to fathom my disappointment in this team. Them, along with FPX, are having an identity crisis on how they fundamentally should be attacking these teams. You have Humanoid. It might not be Caps-esque level, but he is a very, 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 very good mid laner. And Aloya and him had been winning 2v1s and 2v2s in, what do you call it, LEC all year round. And now there is just abandonment of the role. They are not playing through Humanoid, and that isn't unlocking the other strengths within the team. The other player I've got major issues is not the people like who are like in games like Armut, where I just kind of expect that, but people who are actually good that like bring Mad Lions level up is Kaiser. Kaiser has done nothing at this tournament. No joke. Go watch this guy's like engages, he's roamed, he's triple invades with like jungle and mid, and then he's like moving top to then invade the exact same side to go secure the enemy team's blue buff, sorry. This guy's doing nothing. And yes, he's on Yume for one of the games, so you know what I mean, effectively you're playing like a 1.5 champion. But in the other games, the Rel game, there was nothing there. There was no key engages. He wasn't really looking for like bush flanks. I often seen him not like being that diligent with like trying to clear like the flank wards and the TP wards and clearing those out. He's been really disappointing at this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I think that Mad Lions suffered from is basically you nailed it with like the G2 comparison, Yaska. People did this thing where one, G2 had established this notion that the best European team should be one of the best teams in the world and can even win worlds. By the way, I would say that's a ridiculous standard to hold them to, since they're probably, aside from Moscow 5, the only time in history that ever existed for the Western team. So I'd already call them the outlier personally. But the other thing that happened is this, because G2 had 4 of the 5 players still. It was just Reckless being replaced. People acted like Mad beat G2, the real G2, and sort of took their power anime style. Now they're the one with the fucking glow. They didn't. Like, realistically, think about how Mad Lions won the first championship. Well, first of all, they barely did. It was almost in the fucking toilet, and they almost got 3-0'd. Then, in the summer, again, they don't dominate the best of ones, but they get to the playoffs. Yeah, they look really awesome, until you remember, everyone thinks Rogue's shit in series now, so okay, there's one. And then Fnatic, consider it was a 3-0 there, one game that actually they almost made interesting, and that was a team that could have gone 6th place. So when I suddenly add in the context, it isn't super dominance. Like, winning 2 times doesn't necessarily make you dominant. Like, it's the fashion in which you win. It's the opponents that you beat. Like, if you want to talk about G2, one of the reasons why they were incredible was, like, they were beating very good teams. Like, they were beating, like, the Origin team that was very good, and the Fnatic team that was very good, and the Team Liquid, and the fact, like, they weren't beating nobodies. So I do think people got overhyped on Mad Lions. With that said, the depressing thing, like you both pointed out, is they haven't really played Mad Lions style either. Like, they haven't shown off the charm that they had. Like, one, the more I watch them play, man, the amount that they really do rely on Humanoid making like all the right decisions is fucking crazy. Like, you can see that this guy just is the brains of their team. And then the other thing I have that's a massive problem, I have to say, is I definitely agree, Kira, like Kaiser's just being invisible. But the other thing is, mate, that lane is just Kaiser. Like, Kazi fucking, I know there's a lot of players I've already ragged on. Tactical, Ruler, quite frankly, didn't do that much. I feel like a lot of the ADCs aren't having much impact this tournament. Dude, I think Kazi has no fucking impact. Like, this is another guy who just dies for free. Like, it's just crazy. Yeah, it's mad. I don't get it.
He flashed forward to kill a Leona that has used all her abilities. She has literally used her ultimate, her stun, she has initiated. The Leona is now a steaming pile of dog shit, and the player that has all of Mad Lion's resources, because he's not been coming to the fights, he's been picking up all the farm mid, flashes forward to start ulting her, and he explodes and just detonates before your eyes. And if you're the rest of the guys, you're humanoid, armor, and a lawyer, you're just watching him die and you're going, well, fuck it, that's our chances of getting out of this group. If he's going to continue to play against that, it's going to be impossible. Like, the guy is literally doing, like, moronic stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and that was the thing that Perks said when Carzzy was trying to sort of, like, flame Perks and stuff ahead of MSI. It's like Han Sama was beating Carzzy 5 out of 5 lanes, even though they lost the series. They were still, like, Carzzy is not a super impressive, like, best LEC player.
Yes. I mean, put it this way, for someone with 2 championships from a traditional carry role, it's got to be one of the weakest players we ever had from LEC. Mm-hmm. I would say this as well. Another thing that I find depressing about this is, like, as a team, like, on the Kaiser Elyoya angle, they're not playing bad. They're just sometimes not doing much, or they're not doing what they would do in LEC, right? The difference is this, though. I actually don't blame Elyoya that much for that. It's one of the reasons I personally am not on the LEC train of, like, just get rookies for every position. It's like, last thing I want of fucking the World Championship is a rookie jungler who is literally just like, oh, so this is the level that we can play at, is it? Like, and you're just finding that out now? Like, what? Like, mate, that's why I've always thought people were way too quick to write off Jankos. You know, everyone thought, he's going to be gone at the end of the year. Mate, his experience, like, I know they changed the jungle role, but just experience of how to hang in a game, play from behind, play when the comp goes to shit, like, that is worth its weight in gold in League of Legends. There's a reason why jungle and support, they might be a lot of rookies making good performances domestically, but you look at, like, the elite teams in the world, or the teams that should win the championship, there are some amazing veteran players who play those support positions, play the jungle positions. There's a reason why those guys endure. Like, those are the roles that to some degree don't always have to have hands, but tell you what, you better have a fucking brain. So I didn't expect Elyoya to necessarily be the player he was in LEC. I thought he's an obvious one that should take a dip, but I agree with Kira's point. Like, you can't have Kaiser also just disappear, because at that point in time, it's just humanoid, isn't it? Like, Armut just does this weird shit where he almost is comparable, like fucking Darien from Moscow 5. No one really understands, like, is he supposed to even be good? Is he supposed to even be a carry? Yeah, he picks Wukong all the time and sort of makes it work, but, like, I still don't even know if that's, like, the right pick. Like, logically, you're giving up times where you can just pick a meta champion and smash if you're actually the best top laner. So I still don't really understand their team. It's why I just say they're one of those teams where in the game I have to just give you credit if you win and say you must be very good, but I don't really know how you're getting away with it. Like, I almost do feel like this is like a fucking bank heist. It's like you can't just keep hitting these banks and never get caught, and some of this feels a little bit like they've gotten caught, but I also think some of this is inexperience. Again, some of these players aren't super. 2 players, this I know they're going to go, Armut was at Worlds. Yeah, not in this context. Like, he was basically like, you know, fucking, it's almost like a pro-am tournament where they let the fans play. Like, give me a break. Want to see more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.